My mom's 74.
Welcome all to October 2nd Wilton Town Board meeting. Let's start with a public hearing. Demolition of 153 Loudon Road.
I have Nancy Kenny.
We putting that back there, or do you want it up here?
Get right up to the microphone so we can hear you.
Hi, I am Nancy Kenny. I'm the owner of the property at 153 Loudon Road. I am here to request an extension for the cleanup of my property. I have been there for 25 years and have collected a lot. I have a hoarding disorder, so it has taken me longer for cleanup. My daughter and I have just finished our second dumpster, but we are making progress. Please extend this cleanup in order that we may finish. Thank you.
If the board would like to say we just got done with the one complete side, they would like to see that.
Pictures, great.
I actually, if you want to send them to my email so that they can show the board.
I'm going to pass my phone around.
I think we have.
That's a motion, isn't it? Nobody heard.
Bert, Mark, have you seen these?
I don't know, we were out today.
But they're talking about the building, not the grounds.
We were out today and took some photos. They have got a dumpster there, they have completed, started to get a good path up to the house.
Thank you.
We have John Van Dyke, please.
This is all the same as 150. Okay.
Yeah, we own the house at 157 Loudon, and they've been our neighbors for a while. And they've been cleaning up some, and we've offered to assist them also, helping them clean up. We have equipment, skid steers and things to help speed the process along.
That's good of you.
It's a good civil service.
And Daniel Van Dyke. You're good?
Yeah.
Okay.
You gonna second that?
Thank you. And that's it.
Anybody else?
I'll make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Carried. Public hearing, Hamlet Zone Amendment.
We have Joanne Kopitar.
Thank you. I would very much like to see the board vote in favor of this elimination of language in the zoning code in Hamlet 1 on Route 9 to keep the allowable square footage in that area down, with no possibility of special use permits. I just wonder if the square footage should be slightly higher, more in the 3,500 square foot range. Some small businesses, for instance, Grey Ghost, the Skinny Pancake, Bread Basket, and Crew Coffee all operate within the confines of between 1,000 and 3,500 square feet. My main concern, and it's a legitimate one, is whether it will accomplish what it is meant to accomplish, which is what the Hamlet was actually created to be: small retail businesses within a pedestrian-oriented, focused area. Only our town attorney, our code enforcer, and our town planner and engineer can answer these questions with certainty. With some creativity, developers can still find land available within the Hamlet zone, and this is where the trained eye of these professionals is needed most. With all this in mind, I believe that the planning board needs to work with the town board earlier in the game, when a project is first presented and not in its final stages. The fact that some have been able to ignore the intent of the hamlet and receive special use permits will not be acceptable any longer. It's certainly a step in the right direction and long overdue, but realistically, the square footage should be a bit higher. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is that it?
Make a motion to close it.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Proposed local law, Wilton EMS ambulance
I have no more.
district 2026 tax cap override. Anybody wish to speak on it?
Make a motion to close it.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. I'd like to start the regular town board meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Supervisor Lamb,
Here.
Deputy Supervisor McCaffrey.
Here.
Oops, sorry.
You're
My
done.
time's up.
Councilwoman Callahan.
Here.
Councilman Bocard. Here. Councilman O'Connor.
Here.
Thank you. Has anybody signed up to speak?
Yes. Kate Ferris.
How are you?
11 years ago, I built a house at 11 Cider Mill Way in the mill of Smithbridge. At that time, we were told that the Smithbridge itself would be straightened out, curb taken out, and I'm really glad to know that there is a possibility that this might actually happen. So thank you for that, if it goes through. One of the things that has occurred to me, though, is that over the last 11 years, the traffic on Smithbridge has increased greatly, and already turning in and out of the development is a little scary sometimes. And I also like to take walks. And I think, oh, it would be nice to walk over to Gavin Park, or at least down to Vincent Farm, or even over to Warren Tire on the other side of, Route 9. But I don't want to take my life into my hands just to take a walk. And so if there is an opportunity to add some kind of multi-use lane where people who can walk, kids can go, bicyclists can use it, that would be really great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nancy Kenny. Do you want to speak again? Okay.
I don't know, I just basically to repeat what I had asked earlier, to continue with the cleanup, because we're making progress, but it's just my daughter and myself doing all the work, and it's, we're doing the best we can, and we just appreciate it if you could extend the time limit. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We have Linda Baker.
I am here to say thank you for all that everyone has put into making Phase 1 of our Larry Gordon Outdoor Education Center a reality. And I don't want to give you the impression that I'm officially representing anyone, but I kind of feel as if I'm speaking on behalf of everyone who knew and loved Larry when we realize how very much this town has come together. Certainly all of the official parts of the town, the leadership, all of the various departments who have had part of this, but so many, many people just giving it their all to make sure it happened. I'd like to give a special shout out to Scott Harrington and those who assisted him with the actual construction part. It's amazing the time and effort and skill that they put into transforming that old health lodge at the Scout Camp to our new welcome cabin. And also a huge shout out to all the people who worked on the pathways and the landscaping and all of those kinds of things. Just so much effort and so much appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ava Lau?
Good evening. I was unaware of the Smith Bridge Road project until informed by a neighbor living near me who came to the last meeting. I would like to thank the board for tabling the engineering plan for the Smith Bridge Road project at that meeting due to public comments. Smith Bridge Road is a direct route to Gavin Park for many residents. I am in strong support of adding a pedestrian pathway there. I would like to ask the town board to support a greater number of pathways connecting residential to business areas. Hamlets are perfect for that, and I encourage the board to consider reinstatement of hamlet areas in other parts of town. There's an agenda item tonight regarding installation of street lighting. One of the concerns I have with continued growth in town is light pollution. In order to keep light pollution as low as possible, please consider things such as limiting the amount of time the lighting is on, using low-intensity warm lighting instead of bright lights, and downward-facing lights to minimize impact on surrounding areas. I was also wondering if residents who live in the proximity of the proposed lighting locations have been notified, or if they would have opportunity to weigh in before the lighting is installed. And then I'm wondering, so I received notifications via the digital newsletter that you can sign up from online, but I received information about things like music, Narcan training, or bulk trash collection, but never notices about proposed projects or public hearings. So I was wondering if that's something that the town could consider adding to sending out to residents who are interested. I mean, people sign up for these things. And then lastly, Wilton is growing rapidly. Instead of large signs, giant billboards, and big ugly commercial storefronts that are blights on the visual landscape, it would be nice if people driving through town saw places enticing them to spend time and money here. The Hamlet area would be far more attractive with small shops and places to eat, while also being accessible to nearby neighborhoods without the need to get in a car. For example, in my neighborhood, I live in the Loughbury Lake neighborhood, and Artisanal Brew Works is perfectly in walking distance, but I would never take my bicycle or walk to Artisanal. And I know a lot of people in my neighborhood who would enjoy being able to do that and to see more small businesses, retail locations grow on Route 9 where we could just walk. So I would say, lastly, that there is a lot to love about living in Wilton. And as it grows, I don't want to see Wilton live in the shadow of Saratoga Springs. I think it should be a destination in itself. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Steve Bedarian?
Thank you. I spoke last month about the project and Smith Bridge Road, and I have not been made aware, but I certainly hope you are taking advantage of Jim Deloria's offer to work with the town to find further funding to expand the scope of this project to include what's been asked for here multiple times. One thing I'd like, though, to to reinforce with the town, and I will apologize if I've made an assumption, but that this concept of widening the roads a little bit when we have the opportunity as an acknowledgement of multiple users, bicyclists or pedestrians. This does not always suits the needs of the population. I'd like to introduce an acronym that might hold in your mind who you're looking to serve with that change. A MAMIL, spelled M-A-M-I-L. These would be middle-aged men in Lycra. Those are the fellows.
I don't even want to picture that, Steve, but just...
I know, I can picture you in Lycra too, right? But these are the fellows that are fearless. They'll be out there and mix it up with cars, and that they are about 0.5% of recreational public. The rest of the folks are a little more timid. And so if you can look at a means to serve, think about, would you have your mother walk along Smith Ridge Road as it is? Would you have a teenager or a kindergartner walk or ride bicycle? As I saw tonight on Northern Pines, I saw 2 young men riding in bicycles on Northern Pines. Is that safe? And that's really what should be used as the basis to understand what you're being able to do. Thank you very much for your time. I will also point out that the Hamlet Zone 1 does include parts of Davidson Drive, which is a connection from Smith Ridge Road to the Stewarts and the back of those properties do indeed, sir. And that whether or not they have been included in the sidewalk recommendation, those properties are part of the HR zone. So
no, that's been removed. Davidson Drive's not part of the hamlet.
I'm very sorry, but the map that I got from the town indicated that, so perhaps that's changed, but thank you.
It has. That's what I'm trying to explain to you.
Joanne Klepetar?
Davidson? Oh, the gentleman. Wait, where was that?
The first thing that I would like to address is something that I thought had been settled long ago, and that is the 4-way stop at the corner of Parkhurst and Gaylor Roads. We've lived on Parkhurst for 49 years, and only once have I encountered someone running the stop sign coming down from the Wilton Greenfield Road. To put in a 4-way stop here makes no sense. What we have now works. Each winter, there are several occasions when if one would have to stop going up Parkhurst Hill for a stop sign, you would never be able to start up again with icy roads. Please abandon this request. My second issue is our town newsletter, or lack thereof, and the content that it lacks when it does come. As Eva said, there are 21, maybe she didn't, but I counted mine, 21 since 2024 when I signed up. 15 are regarding the summer music series, and 6 with the other things she mentioned. Paving schedules, 1 emergency town board meeting for parking on Route 9, passports. What is really needed is the information on public hearings schedule. Just the notice that goes into the Saratogian that nobody gets any longer would be sufficient. But I know that this won't happen. This is way too much transparency. My third issue is regarding bike and pedestrian accessibility as outlined in our comprehensive plan. Efforts are not being made to accomplish this. Every time somebody brings up the possibility of making this happen, they're shot down with a plethora of different excuses. Where there is a will and money, which the town has, there is certainly a way to make it happen. Yes, it will take effort and an interest by members of the town board, which is and has always been lacking. What a shame it would be to have someone get hit while walking or bicycling on Smith Ridge Road and knowing that something could have been done to prevent that. The residents of Wilton want this one amenity missing in our town. On a personal note, my cousin's daughter was hit by a car while riding her bike on Monday. She was airlifted and now is in a coma in Upstate Medical Center in Syracuse. Lastly, the architect's rendering of the proposed Dollar General on Route 9 is so ugly. In years past, it seems there used to be more direction given from the planning board as to what materials could be used for the siding, the design of the building, its color, and aesthetics generally. This doesn't seem to be the case any longer. Looking at the rendering, Todd Smith's canopy building is absolutely beautiful and a welcomed addition to the Route 9 corridor. I wish others would do the same. I can't wait to see Dollar General's big ugly sign out front. Thank you.
Pam Fabry.
Should not know about the sidewalks when coming down Car Road for accessibility.
Hi, my name's
We're working
Pam
on it.
Fabry. I live on Cider Mill Way next to Smith Bridge, and I am here to just ask about potentially having a sidewalk on that road. I'm on that road many times every day. I see kids, I see people running, somebody's going to get hurt, and it's a very difficult, I mean, right now there's probably inches between that bridge and the road, so this would be the time to do it. If something's going to be done with the road, I ask that you look at a sidewalk. It would be great to go to Gavin Park. I would never walk down there, I'd never ever, but it would be great to have it. Thank you.
Thank you all for speaking. I'll make a motion to approve last month's minutes.
I'll make it.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
And as much as I couldn't attend last month, I'll abstain.
Tentative budget, motion to adopt set public hearing for budget. What do you got?
I'll set that motion.
And what would be the date of the public hearing? Would be
That would be
first Thursday in November?
6th of November.
November 6th.
Yeah.
I'll second Aaron's motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Demolition of 153 Loudon Road. I'd like to hear from you, Mark. What's your feelings?
So they started to clean up a little bit, and if the board requires the demolition
Thank you.
of the home, and clean up of the property, the way it works is, in accordance with our law, you have 30 days to commence and 60 days to complete that before we go to bid to get that. We can always readdress it at that 60 days, and the board can make a more informed decision at that point before bid goes.
So tonight, we could set a 60-day revisit?
Tonight, you would say we're going to ask for, I believe, the demolition of the property.
In 60 days.
Clean up the property.
So Mark, during the public hearing, I did hear that they made a fairly good effort to clean up the property, but I believe the property is not the issue, it's the house, is that correct?
Actually, it's both. There's
Right.
grass on the property, there's grass in the house. The house is deteriorated to a point where it's not habitable anymore. In my opinion, it could be rehabbed.
Right.
The
So-
ceiling is falling down right now. All the urine and feces that have gotten into the floor system is now not only in the floor, it's in the insulation under the floor. It's just, it's beyond repair.
So we're talking structure as opposed to just grass and property and lawn?
Correct.
Okay.
But normally, if we do the cleanup of if we remove the home, we do clean up the property. If we do one without the other.
Thank you for that clarification.
So what you're saying is we can...
The contention of the owners to remove the home? I didn't hear any of that. Are they planning on removing the home, or?
This is a board decision, the owner.
But I'm hearing how they're cleaning it up, they're getting dumpsters, but I haven't heard a single thing about, are they removing the home? Which, by the sounds of it, is what you're looking for.
Is there a plan for the house?
Can I speak?
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't have to come up.
You don't, you can,
from there.
yeah, speak from there. But if the house is uninhabitable, that's the pressing issue right now. If you guys have a plan.
Honestly, I say the house can be refurbed. It just needs a little TLC and everything, which I am willing to do on my own. Yeah, and the ceiling is not coming down. What he is describing is we had a branch come down, came through the roof, and it caused a leak. There is nothing coming down, there's no ceiling coming down at all besides that one spot, which has been repaired by a couple friends of ours. But all in all, we're not Martha Stewart clean, but you know what? It can be done. That house can be refurbed. And I know that in my heart and in my soul, it can be refurbed.
So their contention's not to move the house. Our expert says that the house is inhabitable and could never be refurbed.
All we need is new windows and the inside to be gutted and cleaned out, and that's all.
You guys have been working on the outside.
Yeah.
Sounds like your priority should have been the house itself.
Well, we were told we weren't allowed to be in the home.
Right,
Well,
for your own safety, a lot of it.
We've been living there for
25 years, we've
Yeah.
never had a problem.
Are you living there now? You're not living
So the
there
house
now?
hasn't been there for 25 years.
That
So, you know, that
house
house
was
was, that house was placed there in 2011.
So 14 years.
And we've
And it-
never had a problem.
It's my understanding this has been addressed a few times in that address?
We were never given any warning of anything. All I know is we came on August 15th of our home being raided and us having our own lives destroyed, which is uncalled for. But the thing is, my mother and I, we have rights, and I believe we have the right to be able to refurb the home, make everything better. We're doing the dumpster cleaning, we're doing what we can. It's just the two of us.
Do you believe that the structure is sound?
I believe that the structure is beyond repair. And the board can revisit the photos that we took of the interior of the structure. Like I said, when I was in there were rats in the structure. There was no, you couldn't even tell where the kitchen was. There wasn't a usable bathroom in there. The ceiling, and I think I showed photos of that, the ceiling is just caked with mold. And if that's in the ceiling, it's also in the floor system. Like I said, animals urinating in a building for that long.
It's going to be absorbed into the woodwork.
It gets absorbed into the wood and into the insulation. Once it's in the insulation, it does not dry out.
Was this where the readings?
Yeah.
That you had to air it out before you could even go in with hazmat? The ammonia, that's it.
The hazmat truck came.
Is this a mobile home?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to have to agree with Mark, and if they can do something in 60 days, well then, more power to them. Somebody will have to go in there and reevaluate it after 60 days, if not,
Right,
we'll
let's
take
start with
action.
the 60 days.
So we
We're going to call for the demolition.
So the December meeting,
The December meeting, I'll give you an update on where it's at, and then we'll go.
and at that point, we decide whether we go.
No, I think we should go through it right now, so that way there we're ready to go in 60 days.
You can give us an update every couple of weeks, Mark.
I don't know that we need to do that.
No.
So they have 30 days by our law.
Right. 30 days to...
Commence and 60 days to complete.
Right. So they'll have 60 days to complete.
If it wasn't complete, I would bring bids back to the board to remove it. In this case, what I'll do is address the board at the December meeting and let you know where it's at.
If it's habitable or uninhabitable.
Now
You guys are giving us permission to go in the home and do what we can to restructure.
Not giving you permission
That's
to
up to
live in it.
Mark. That's up to Mark.
I gotta be going in there to live in it, but,
Cannot live.
Yeah.
So,
But you have 60 days to go in.
Mark, can you provide them a guidance as to what they can and cannot do within these timeframes? Whether they can go in, live in it, or just go in and
They
work?
can't live in it, it's
They cannot
uninhabitable.
live in it. The home is
uninhabitable.
uninhabitable.
All right, so they can go in and work and try to rehab it.
They can clean everything out of it, and then we can...
And we're moving forward with demolition.
It's gonna
in 60
require
days or less.
inspections by our town in 60 days. You think it can be repaired? That's what you said. You said I'm sorry, go ahead, Mark.
Council?
You say that you wholeheartedly think that it can be repaired.
Yes.
It'll be, he will be doing an inspection on it in 60 days.
30 days.
60.
60. Okay.
Within 60 days.
Full permission from you guys and from Mark that we're allowed to be in the home.
We're gonna wait
And not get arrested.
You're allowed to be in the home, not live in it.
to clean it,
Right.
Okay.
Clean and rehab.
Clean and get
Specifically.
rehab.
only for addressing purposes. You may not live there, sleep there,
Is
eat
there
there.
insurance on the,
The insurance is in my mother's name.
Is there permits they need to obtain to do all this?
Not to clean.
No, okay.
Mark, do you have something?
Yeah, unless I'm mistaken, our December meeting is on Thursday, December 4th, which is not within 60 days from now. It's probably, I didn't do the count, but it's probably 61 or 62 days from now. I don't want to get hung up on that
That's
detail.
fine.
I just want to make sure everybody understands that.
correct. So on our December meeting, he's gonna come with a report,
It's 63 days.
and you know, we're rooting for
Good
you.
work.
Petition.
This board's rooting for you.
We have support.
But
We're not looking, honestly, to take anybody's home. It's for everyone's safety, it's for your neighbor's safety, it's
We're
for
rooting
everybody.
for you.
If the fire department has to go for an emergency, it's not safe for them to
Your-
enter and to address it.
your
It's
neighbors
just
are
about
root-
keeping
your neighbors are
everybody
rooting
safe.
for you. Your neighbors are rooting for you, we're rooting for you, but we have to do the right thing at the end of the day.
That's why we love these.
Okay.
Well, good luck. I hope you succeed.
Also, is there something, we need the electric back on in order to,
Cannot.
Because our power tools are all electric, they're not gas.
for the electric?
You're gonna have to get a generator to plug them into.
Yeah.
They're not
A
gonna turn-
generator or a battery pack or something.
I believe because it's deemed not habitable, it can't have hardline electric.
When I would rehab the buildings, I had to bring my generators. They wouldn't turn the power on. It was just, you had to use alternatives, unfortunately, but, and I get it, but.
The day that it would shut off at the pole. I mean,
And the electric was working perfectly fine.
remember that problem we had rewired a few years back?
But the building's been deemed unsafe, so they can't energize the building. Correct.
Because they can't risk something happening to the structure if it's receiving power, and first responders have to go. So they're minimizing, by not having power to that building, they're minimizing the risk of something happening.
Well, nothing would have happened if they just left the power on, everything was working fine.
But they can't do that.
We need to, I think,
Just, you'll have to get a generator to run.
did we make a motion on the, has a motion been made for the 30-day?
Someone has a vehicle, as long as the vehicle's running, you
The
can
way that it's structured, you don't
plug
have
something
to
into some
put
trucks
to
these days
60
too.
days.
I actually have one in mind, yeah.
They don't have one.
Yeah.
No, it says motion required. So it does require a motion, correct? So I make the motion, do the 30-day, 60-day completion, with Mark having a report for us on the December meeting.
Have a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you.
Carried.
Correct. You actually have
You actually have
63.
63 days.
No additional charge.
Thank you
Good luck.
again.
I hope you get.
And the neighbors, thank you for stepping up.
Keep yourself safe while you're doing it.
Hamlet zone amendment. Yeah.
Make a motion for the amendment. As written. Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay, good, we heard your motion. I just want to have some discussion.
So we received the recommendation for the referral back from Saratoga County Planning Board It said removal of text number 6 in notes 129, attachment 13-1, Hamlet 1 zone, over 2,500 gross leasable square feet for those uses shall apply for a special permit through the planning board. Their decision is to approve.
I just have one question, and that would be for Mr. Shackner. Does this close any loopholes in the Hamlet zone that would allow anything other than retail space underneath these apartment buildings?
Depending on what you mean by loopholes, absolutely not. Because somebody could apply for a variance to the zoning board of appeals. That's always true. No matter how you zone something, somebody can always...
But it'll be through the zoning board of appeals, not through our own actual zoning laws. Our planning board couldn't...
Correct.
That's what I'm referring to. Our planning board cannot go against this board.
They would have to...
And allow... All right, that's what I'm...
They would refer it to zoning, so then it would be 2 boards with eyes.
Correct. So, all right, no, I'm sorry.
Oh, the other thing I was going to say is, 2,500 square feet is, about the size of a small house. And I'm wondering about, whether it's restaurants or other types of retailers, if 2,500 square feet isn't too small. And that's something, more in the line of 4,000 to 5,000 square feet.
I think to Mark's point, they could go to the zoning board and ask for it bigger. That way we know what the actual function of the space will be versus just an arbitrary 4,000 and whoever can go in, let them come and make that appeal for why. And then we can hold them to it.
Yeah, I thought I closed this loophole years ago during the last zoning thing, and
There's always loopholes. That's what people get paid the big bucks for.
To be honest with you, if contractors can't come in and comply with what we have set forth, they don't have to build here.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about the contractors that build the things. I'm talking about a prospective business owner.
Right.
Someone wants to open up a restaurant. It says, I need 150, seats and so many tables.
But that still keeps it retail.
The kitchen at the Wishing Well.
Which is what I'm more concerned with, keeping it retail underneath.
Oh, that kitchen's...
We bought this now many times.
Instead of 501c.
I urge people to go to the planning board. I mean, I go every month, and I argue this every month. And I sit back there, and I get overruled every time. I encourage you guys to bring your voice to the planning board. We have no governing power on the planning board. We set forth what we want, but the ZBA and the planning board can grant variances. As you know, Joanne, you've been part of this. And I've been there advocating. Yes, sir.
Let's be a little careful. The planning board cannot grant variances.
No, actually, it's the zoning.
Permit, special use permits.
Right. Yeah. Special use is how they got me on the paragraph we're talking about tonight.
I like the idea that they have to go to the zoning board.
Right.
Planning board to zoning board and then back to planning board.
And now there's just more eyes on it, and that's exactly what that last project needed. And unfortunately, didn't make it that far. So this was the whole purpose of this zone change, and I'm willing to make the motion to adopt it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carried. Proposed local law 4 of 2025, Wilton EMS Ambulance District Tax Cap Override.
Make a motion, we approve it.
I'm second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carried. I found some more intersections that should have some street lights. I've got calls from people who would like them. And any one I've picked out, I've talked to the neighborhood, get the feelings of the people, and they're all for it. And yesterday I had a resident from Joseph Lane, and he said a lot of his neighbors are very happy that corner's lit up, so. And if any of you folks can find other intersections, mark them down and get the poll number.
No, it has to be on an existing Niagara Mohawk pole, correct?
Right. Or the town would have to pay for it to get a new pole.
And not a street light, or not
They
a
don't charge
traffic
us
light.
anything to install them. We just pay the power bill.
And we're just lighting up intersections.
I've heard a
Dark
lot of-
Intersections, so
And
so people know that it's not just outside houses all up and down.
And I also have heard a lot of positive feedback on the few that we did put in, that
The one
made
up
it
northern
great.
and
They were so, the people that lived in there were so happy with.
You know, there's been multiple accidents on that road lately, and a major state police approached me with some recommendations. I followed them all. I believe he's certified with state police in New York City. He goes all over the country and trains different police agencies on these things, so I really think I should listen to his advice.
We haven't gotten a response for that reduction in speed yet, right?
No.
That'll be a little bit, all right. No. I'll make that motion for the install.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. Fishing platform bid acceptance.
I think that we should go back out to bid on that. I looked at both of them proposals, and that's a lot of money for that little deck. I have a deck bigger than that on my house, and they want $350,000 or something like that.
Ryan, did Doug tell you about
Was it 350,000? It was
245 and 349.
right. So I'm not sure what else we can do with this, but to me, that just seemed like a very, very steep number.
Catch a lot of fish.
I mean, it's not your standard deck, you know, it's involved with drilling into a classified stream and
No,
environmental protections and all
I
that
get
sort of
it.
thing.
Did you think it was gonna come in that high?
I thought the lowest bid came into the ballpark where I thought it was
did?
going to be. After we had conversations, you know, with the LA Group and other folks.
It's made, you know, it's very durable.
Yeah.
It's aluminum decking.
Yeah.
Is it aluminum or is it, I thought it was,
Decking's aluminum.
Yeah.
oh, I thought it was galvanized.
Is it steel?
Well, galvanized steel support. Because it's a cantilever, it's a 5-foot cantilever, you know, you can hang from it.
And I also, there's no other funding out there that...
Is there any fish in there?
Oh, that's not.
Just making sure.
PVC stock.
You're gonna swim in there. I'll catch you.
It just seemed like well, I'm no expert on this.
One thing I was surprised at is that we only got 2 bids. I think Ryan was surprised as well that we only got 2.
Yes, there was a lot of interested, you know, contractors that would receive packages, bid packages, but only 2 bid. I don't know. LA Group was going to talk to a few and see what the issues were. Was it timeline? Was it insurance requirements? Was it DEC?
Is it something that we have
You
to...
know, myself, I think it's a lot of money. I think it should go out to bid
I
again.
have a quick question. Did
I'd
we
like
go
to
to
just-
a company like Dock Doctors? Like a company up in Lake George? Because it is going into the water and drilling. A few years ago,
But it's
up
not
in Lake
touching
George,
the
we
water. That's
lost
what surprised me.
a boathouse.
Nothing can touch the water. This thing sits over the water, so you can't put anything in the water.
Yeah, but I'm wondering if somebody, because it's what, they're used to drilling and putting out docks and that kind of stuff, if somebody like that would be a possibility, because it's what they do.
I just...
We went out to public bid, and I think there was 12 contractors that...
Really?
We could postpone the decision and take another run at it.
That's what I'd like to do.
Yeah, I mean, there's no sense of urgency, you know, it's in the course of the winter, you know, anyway.
I don't see the big rush for it until probably springtime. Maybe that could be the other issue too with the high bids. Maybe
Seasonal?
They're just trying to, if I get it, if I do it high enough, then, and I get it, great, but, you know.
Want to move on that one?
So we want to rebid?
Yeah.
Yep, we did.
Yep.
Do we need a motion to rebid?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No, we just, or do we do?
Mark said yes.
Your Honor, shake your head.
Make a motion to rebid the fishing platform.
Second.
Second.
In favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Pickleball court bid acceptance.
So we opened the bids today at noon. RMMI was $117,725. NBS was $159,715.78. And William J. Keller was $177,000.
I'd like to see somebody make a motion for the lowest bid and we get these courts built.
What was that lowest bid?
$117,725.
See if we can get them to do the pier.
Make it a pickle pier?
Pickle pier. Give them paddles to throw in the water. I'll make the motion to accept the, what is it,
RMMI.
RMMI. Oh, over here.
So the second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, carried. 30-day waiver, Rustic Pizza, that's a liquor license?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
You want to explain to?
So there's a standard, it's a 30-day advance notice to a local municipality or community board for a liquor license, and we've done this.
Didn't we just do that for?
Yeah.
The pub
So
or
he's requesting that we waive the 30-day advance notice.
Sometimes that's, can you raise your hand? No. Okay. Having been in that process, sometimes it's the state liquor board taking some sweet time.
I think we did that for the Wilton pub, right? So-
Somebody we did.
Hills and Hall.
I always had to ask for
I'll make
McGregor
that
because of the
motion.
timing.
McGregor.
Do we need, just a motion, right?
Yep.
Yeah, make the motion.
In a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Demolition of 7 Sorrow Lane.
So Mark said he had to...
Well, you need another public hearing?
Yeah, we didn't have the public hearing because Mark said he needed to know.
Oh, okay, that's right, that's right.
November 6th?
That would be November 6th.
You need a motion on that?
7:01.
Make the motion, set
Second.
public hearing.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Network security policy. You want to talk about that, Maria?
Sure. So the town has a password policy in place now for practical purposes. However, it's not written. So,
Password policy for practical purposes. There's another acronym.
Another government acronym. So what we'd like to do is create a written policy that will just lay out what it is that we've been doing. This way, all employees are aware of it, they can refer to it. I envision that there will be mention of the policy in the employee handbook, but however, it will be a separate policy that may be incorporated with an overall IT governance policy as we build policies based on network things, for lack of a better word. But I would like to build a network password policy so that we can have it written. That's basically what it is. And it's based on best practices that are included in the Center for Internet Security, for Microsoft Word, things that have been kind of touted by the experts as best practice.
You want to make a motion?
I'll make it.
I'll second.
In favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay. Yes.
So Mark Mikan is requesting a public hearing for a new fee that would cover costs for the building department to review plans and any additional square footage for previously reviewed or permitted building plans. This fee would be set at $100 and 25 cents per square foot for any additional square footage added to a previously reviewed permitted building plan. No refunds will be provided for already reviewed plans.
That's it.
I'll make that motion to set a public hearing. 7:02?
Yes.
I got it this time.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carried. Oh, committee reports. I got quite a few of them. Saturday, there'll be bulk waste pickup from 9 to 1. It'll be at the highway garage in Gavin Park. Last Monday, we had a senior health fair at Gavin Park. I was hoping to be a lot more people, but the people who were there got a lot out of it. We had the health department, Office of the Aging, DA's office, police agencies. They talked a lot about fraud and what to look for. The people who were there were very impressed with the information they got and the free gifts. I thought it went very well. Last week, we got a call from the Girl Scouts. They wanted to know how our town government works. They have a tour of the building. I think it was last Thursday, Mary?
Yes.
They come in, brought them to every department. They explained everything, what they did, their department. And then we asked them questions. Kids in 4th grade, I couldn't believe the intelligent questions they asked. I was really impressed. Finish up with Mrs. Baker. We had the grand opening for the Larry Gordon Welcome Center. Great attendance. I just wish the microphone and the voice box worked so they could hear us all talking. I finally stayed up all night and wrote a nice speech because I thought the world of Larry, and no one heard it. But
All of us did hear it, that was wonderful.
yeah, it was people a foot away from me.
All I saw was,
Yeah.
We can read his lips.
Scott, Harrington, and Roy did one great job in that building. I can't believe the talent they got. I'd like to thank Mike and the Highway Department for their work, DA Collins, and everybody involved, because that's how it all worked. We had a lot of people involved, volunteers. The stormwater project here on their property is looking great. So they got most of the piping and all that.
Everything's
The
done.
blacktop, everything's done.
They just gotta come back, touch up the grass.
We have our newsletter finally has been done. People should be receiving it within, I'd say, a week. Would you say? 10 days?
Less than that. We look on this before the 6th so that people would get the information about the bulk waste today.
Okay.
So that'd be tomorrow.
So look in your mailbox tomorrow.
Anybody else got anything?
Yeah, so I sat down with a meeting with Jim and the supervisor the other day.
Right, Jim,
the Smith Ridge Road.
Deloria
And
sat
as
with us the other day.
of this year, there are no grant monies. So we will be looking into it a little further. I'm gonna sit down with him again and see what we can come up with. But I think that's all I had.
I have a couple of things. The Emergency Services Committee that I chair, I'm not sure if anybody's aware of it or what it is. We look at emergency services in a town that's provided. We look at what's been done in the past, what we're doing now, and towards the future. Wilton Ambulance is looking to expand. They are just absolutely running more calls than they ever have. And they're kind of outgrown their building. So in this past meeting, Wilton Ambulance presented some diagrams and plans to expand their building all within mostly within the footprint of their property. It's nothing official yet, but it's a very good start. We did have some input from community residents that live across the street as far as light pollutions and different things like that. One person in particular would be directly affected because his house is the first one closest to the ambulance. But it's a very nice design. It's going to be a bigger building. Most people don't even realize the ambulance is there, but they are building towards the future. They are including in their building an EOC, a backup EOC to Emergency Operations Center for our town. They're going to have a designated area for an Emergency Operations Center in case we have a disaster within our town. There'll be a backup to our current one. A lot of planning, they've gone to a lot of seminars on how to structure this. They're working out the financial stuff and the logistics of it, and it's a very good plan, and it looks like they're going to be moving forward with it in the next couple of years. Because obviously they're going to have to add more ambulances because the services they provide to the town are steadily increasing, so. Ryan can jump on that. Oh, that's right, you had a meeting after my meeting.
Yes,
right?
we had. So Mark, my concern really, myself, with Josh, we met with the emergency services on the site. They had a spray painted out what they want to do to the site. There's going to be some hurdles for them with setbacks and stuff. So we did talk to them about potentially, because it's difficult to rehab an existing building while trying to maintain the services. And so it was mentioned, well, what if you just built new, maybe behind it? They don't have the space. There's town land behind the emergency squad. So kind of said, well, maybe the town could donate that land to the emergency services for the new building. So that's something they are looking into. And maybe potentially the town board could offer them as part of the Heron Lane subdivision land. So that's something maybe if they find that's financially feasible to do that and more efficient with keeping operations going, maybe they'll go that route too.
Yeah, I know there was some discussion on that, but we weren't sure as to how to approach asking town for land and stuff.
So
that land was donated.
Not yet. So next month, that land is proposed to be donated to the town, and the town board's choice to accept that land. So at that time, we may make some modifications between now and then, if need be. So I got to call Nash and make sure that they understand the tight timelines.
So I guess that's for the board to consider as well.
Well, that has to be in the wording, I'm assuming. Once we have it, I don't think there's any way we can just give it away. So they'll have to, that'll be part of our acceptance.
Right.
So he has to work quick.
Anyways, just I guess next month we might be talking about it more in depth. I got a couple of personal things I'd like to, this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I would like to encourage everybody to support breast cancer awareness and donate if you can. I put a flyer on the back. I participate in it used to be the Leukemia Lymphoma Society walk at Siena College. It's on October 18th. It's now been renamed to Blood Cancers. I encourage people to go down to Siena. It's a wonderful experience. It's a very large experience. I would almost equate it to a small fair as far as vendors and different things. And then they do a walk around the campus in support of anybody who have it or has had family members pass away from it. There's flyers on the back if you so desire. Just if you don't want to donate, come and just walk. It's a great experience. It really is. Now for the business side, we have a town local law, I believe it is, unfortunately, for battery storage, lithium battery storage facilities. Our verbiage in our local law pretty much says that we do not allow any lithium battery storage facilities equated or tied to solar projects. We have some companies that are trying to come into our town and build standalones that will backfeed into National Grid. And Brian has received some emails on it, and I would like to see, I probably would have to set a public hearing on it, but I would like to amend our local law to include any and all battery storage facilities. They are fire risks.
Very.
So I would like to take a look at our local law and perhaps have Your Honor review our local policy and recommend an amendment to it to say that we do not want any standalone battery storage facilities.
Good catch.
In case you don't understand what it is, it's large lithium batteries all in a big cabinet, and they're all fed. The during the night, power's fed into this and charge all these batteries, and then during the daytime, it does boost the national grid. But they are, with solar ones, they are fire hazards. They do, and once they do burn, pretty much the policy is let them burn. They do off-gas toxic fumes and odors. There is, town of Stillwater has one. They had an incident in, I believe it was June, where it set off all sorts of alarms and created a little bit of panic in their town. County Hazmat is trying to do some training on it, but it does emit, once they start to fail, all sorts of bad chemicals. There is a, I believe it was a 10 or a 20-year shelf life for these, and just like our solar panels, we require people to clean them up and not leave them. That's something I would like to maybe also address, is if one by chance does come into our town, that they are responsible for cleanup mitigation when it's...
Part of our zoning now.
Which is only for solar. These are standalones not connected to solar projects.
Right.
So we should look into making sure they clean it.
They find another loophole?
Yeah.
Let's close it.
There's always loopholes.
Let's close it.
Gonna find
So the
everything.
solar law that was written, we put in there battery energy solar or storage systems, BESS, BESS. They, that was tied to our solar regulations, but...
That should be an easy fix.
Yeah, so we can go through and, add that, but something needs to be clarified. It's not too clear if it's a standalone system, so this is something that is going throughout the state because of the, requirements of their doing all this. They need the demand of electricity peak time, so.
They're targeting the Route 9 corridor across from your shop because the transfer station's right across the street. So they're targeting the Route 9 corridor to build these.
Just fix it now.
Which is a high density.
We'll just fix it now. Just change
We don't
that.
have a 24-hour fire department either. If there's a delay in response to something like that. What did you tell me? Do you have to flush it with water? Like there's water?
You can't
they
put water
walk
on it.
away.
You can't put
Actually,
water
Just
on
let them burn.
you gotta let
Let it burn.
It's like a Tesla car, but
Yeah.
Unless you could put them underwater.
Yeah. There are water suppression systems that are built into them, but once they go into a thermal overload, you're not going to stop it from going. And it creates a very hot fire and a fire you can't put out. So any structure or anything around it is at risk for, thermal heat as well as toxic gases that can be emitted. So I'd like to see if we could close that.
Is that need a motion?
Not yet.
Well, no, you have to draft something first.
I have one other quick thing, a lot quicker than yours. That the 5K walk in Gavin Park, I believe it's this month. In a couple weeks, the 19th maybe?
It's coming up soon, because
It should be on the website. but-
Dan Probus walk Saturday too.
That one as well. That's at Gavin as well, right?
Right.
The other is, I believe, the 19th. I think it's Sunday.
It's a good month, lots of walks, good opportunity to get in shape.
Is it Sunday? Yeah, I'm pretty
It's
sure
also
it's Sunday.
mentioning fundraisers, the 10th Annual Veterans Ball to support the Veterans and Community Housing Coalition, for which we have a facility here in the town, subsidized apartments for veterans. 10th Annual Veterans Ball at the Hall of Springs is on Sunday, November 2nd. It's an awesome event. I've been chairing the thing for 10 years, and I know that there are still some tickets available. So there are still tickets available. If you go to vchcny.org, that's the website, and it's a local organization. It serves 7 counties around the capital region and does extraordinary work for those who are struggling to make that transition from military to civilian life.
We got to take care of our veterans.
In fact, we just opened up the very first in the United States home home, it's a two-family home for veteran moms, single veteran moms and their children. It wasn't a single place in this country supported by the VA that had this kind of facility, and just opened it up a few months ago.
It was a Boston Spa, wasn't it?
Yeah, downtown of Boston.
Nice.
Get our contractors to go.
Anything else?
Not for our personal plugs, I know.
Are we missing pages to the controller's report?
Yeah, it's nice and small
Really?
this time, yes.
I've been looking for it for the last 20 minutes.
She sent it, don't be fooled.
Yeah, she's missing pages, but she gave us this notebook.
Yes. So the first and only budget transfer that we have for 2025 is utilizing monies that are left over in the splash park for salaries, seasonal salaries, to help offset an increase in water usage cost. The amount that I'm looking to move from salaries line to the water usage line is $203.47.
Make a motion to approve
Sounds
that.
good.
Yeah, I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
The next item is our fiscal score. The Office of the State Comptroller recently released the annual reports to the municipalities and school districts for the fiscal stress evaluation. We have achieved again the highest level of designation, which is a no designation or a 0.
Also, my high school grades were better than I thought.
So,
Great job, Maria.
Awesome, yes.
Thank you.
Well, we might have gotten a 0 for that. I think we've been out scores for personal effort. She'd be getting an A+.
Thank you. Some of the key indicators include low fund balance. Our fund balance is very high as compared to our expenditures. Our cash position is high. Another very important point to make, and it kind of ties into the budget approach as well, is that we are not using fund balance to fund our current period expenditures when we set the budget. So the tentative budget utilizes current period revenues to fund current period expenditures, and that's very important because that creates financial stability for years to come. Just, think of if you're living off a savings account, eventually the savings account is going to deplete to nothing, and then you can't pay payroll, you can't pay, supplies or whatever it is that you need for the government to function. So I think that's a really important point to make, and to congratulate the board for setting a high priority on conservative spending. So thank you for that. It helps us all. So that's our fiscal score. No motion is needed. That was basically informational.
I just say great job, as always.
Thank you. So for personnel, Tina Weber was our sole assessor. She has submitted her letter of resignation. She has retired effective September 30th, so her retirement began on October 1st. So that is one personnel item.
I'd like to make a motion to accept her retirement request, and I'd like to appoint Nicole Monroe to that position. She's in that office and she is qualified.
So I would suggest making the 2 separate motions.
2 separate motions.
Does somebody want a second?
I'll second the retirement.
With regret on her retirement.
Yes. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
I'd like to make a motion to appoint Nicole Monroe to that position, to fill that position.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Thank you. Also, as an informational point to support the appointment of Nicole Monroe, Nicole already is an assessor for the town of Saratoga, so she has already completed all of the requirements needed in order for the board to make that decision, because the Office of Real Property Tax requires that certain criteria.
And she sat all those courses, passed all the exams, state.
Done deal. So she's all set to go.
Yeah, in fact, I met with her earlier today, and I have the complete 3-page list of all of the courses, qualifications, and certifications that she's gotten over the last, 24 years. Yeah.
Right. Nicole comes with, institutional knowledge of the town of Wilton, and, she's been in that office for so long, so.
I thought she was only 24.
Yeah, there you go. So
Yes.
Nicole, okay, great. So the last item is a grant that Town Justice Jerome would like to pursue through the JCAP program for signage in the courtroom. The estimated cost is $1,313 for that sign, so Justice Jerome would like to apply for a grant to cover the cost.
So what's it say, go straight to jail, go past go?
Yeah, right, do not collect $200.
Do not collect
Do you need a motion for that, or is that just informational?
Maybe we'll do a motion, yeah.
I'll do a motion for him to pursue that grant.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, carried.
I just would like to thank and congratulate Maria for an outstanding fiscal score for our town, and for keeping our plan. We have a plan for our reserve monies, and I thank you for keeping to our plan and keeping us focused and responsible with our extra monies that we do have, and keeping us fiscally sound. Thank you.
Thank you. And I want to also congratulate the department heads who have a good role in that. Also, they are very good with monitoring their budgets and for helping us to achieve the goal collectively. Thank you.
Anybody else got anything?
Cancer awareness, right?
Joanne, your questions about the stop sign on Parkhurst Road. All right, I've had a lot of people want stop signs, people live on Parkhurst Road, that's up to the county, because that intersection, they did a traffic study, should have it, I talked to the Chad Cook, who's the director yesterday, said he should have an answer in a week or two if it's a go or not. Anybody?
Motion adjourned?
Motion adjourned?
Second.
Aye.
Favor? Aye. Go and watch a ball game.